Oh, there we go. Now we're live. Hey, everybody in YouTube land on Zoom. How's everybody doing today? Exciting stuff happening. I mean, whoa, the roller coaster ride this morning with crypto. Oh my goodness. It was just crazy. And that's what happens when the largest exchange in the world and the second biggest, I think, or third, I think FTX was, getting a little tiff. And then one of them goes, oh, by the way, I'll just buy you everything except for your US assets. And then the market says, oh, my goodness, wow, Binance is buying FTX. Boom. Oh, wait, Binance needs to buy FTX. Crash, right? Because people begin to worry about liquidity and all that stuff. So it's an interesting market to be a part of. But remember, we're still in the early phases of it. That's why the market reacts the way that it does right now. The utility, the usability. I don't know how many people on here actually follow blockchain pretty intensely. And I didn't say crypto. I said blockchain, right? The usage of blockchains in the business world every single day, guys, is enhancing. And a matter of fact, it's just a matter of time before it's every single aspect. And then when you start talking about Web 3.0, bam, okay? Every person who has a Web 2.0 website right now, in the next 3 to 7 years, will have a Web 3. They'll adjust from the Web 2 websites to Web 3. So it's going to encompass literally the entire world. And part of Web3 is blockchain, right? Some people will use blockchain to launch cryptocurrencies. Some people will use blockchain to launch non-crypto rewards programs. Some people will use crypto or blockchain in order to validate who you are, customer accounts, those type of things in order to protect it. So, you know, there's a whole bigger picture than crypto. As we've always talked about, is cryptocurrency is the representation that the blockchain creates in value, which basically comes down to a service, a product, a reason to exist. And a lot of that is based around trust, right? The way things have been formulated up to this point is I put my money in a bank. Why? Because I trust that the bank is, before it'd be like you stick it somewhere and you hope nobody finds it, right? But then banks started and they said, oh, you can trust banks because as a third party person, he's going to be responsible for your money. So you put your money in the bank, right? Trust is why we pay eBay, right? If anybody here maybe might sell on Amazon or eBay, you pay them 10, 15, 20% of every sale. Why? Because you trust them to manage the transaction, right? Yes, there's a platform there, but it's really the trust side that allows for people to charge fees to generate revenue for the project, right? And of course, decentralized networks, the blockchain allows for me and let's say Jan to do business, and we don't even need to know each other. We don't need to trust each other. We trust the technology is going to handle the transaction, handle it within the confines of the smart contract that's developed. And all of a sudden now we don't have to pay somebody like an escrow company or something, you know, tens of thousands of dollars to manage the transaction. Me and Jan can just do through the project, through the software, and do business with each other if we didn't know each other, right? So these are the kind of ideas and concepts that are going to change the world. And they're going to make things a lot better. You know, in the US and around the world for that matter, there's a lot about data, a lot about information. I think if you guys really look at it, Amazon is not as profitable as it is because it sells you Cheerios and they deliver them within a day, okay? That's a part of their business. Really, their business is providing infrastructure for websites, right? This concept, this idea, and what they do when they have those websites is they collect data. And this is the cherry on top of the cake. They're selling that data for incredible amounts of money, sums of money. Google's the same way. Wait a minute, how do they make money with free search? Oh, they sell some ads. Yeah, they make some money off ads. But where they really make the money is when you do your free search, They now have your information, and then Corey comes along and says, I want to run some ads. And they say, Corey, we got June out here, and June searched for tennis shoes, and you're selling tennis shoes. If you pay us money, because we have this free information, this free search of her out looking for these things, boom, we're going to connect together, and you're going to pay us money then to connect you with somebody who's looking for that. Information, data is a huge portion of how the Amazons, the Googles, all of them have been built, and you've seen the wealth that they've created. That is all changing in Web 3.0. And so you guys are going to start hearing a lot about it. What is Web 3.0? Web 3.0 is, of course, blockchain. It's cryptocurrency. It is Metaverse. It is NFTs, right? These are the bases of what Web 3.0 is, and it's integrating those into the usage on a daily basis to be able to do that. So, so it's just getting started. The volatility that's here now, it'll settle down some, it'll move along. The next boom is going to not necessarily just be about hype. The next boom is going to be about usability. Somebody is going to build, Otherverse, is going to build a metaverse that people are going to go, wait a minute, Zoom is cool, but having a live meeting in this metaverse thing where we can interact better, where we can work better as a team, where collaboration is better, then that happens over here. And then people are going to flock into these and start utilizing it on a full-time basis. And then once they're into the metaverse, then people that have never used crypto before, maybe they even might own it, but they haven't used it to purchase anything. How many people on here, and put a 1 in, have never purchased anything with crypto? You're just an investor, basically. You just own crypto. I have purchased stuff with crypto, okay? So I bought several things. I use my credit card all the time to buy stuff. That is my crypto credit card where I convert over. But I've also used Ethereum to buy things for my businesses and stuff. But so let's see, let's open up the Q&A there and see how many people, somebody monitoring YouTube, how many people have never used it to participate in something. So why is my chat not coming? Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the majority actually of the people that are on here have never used it to purchase anything. They've just used it as an investment vehicle. The metaverse is going to change that. Gaming and the metaverse, NFTs, right? That's going to begin to change that side of it, where people will start to use cryptocurrency as a means of commerce, just like you do a dollar bill or a $5 or a $50 or $100 bill, right? You're going to start using it from that side. And so that's the colliding of the whole thing. Cryptocurrency came, blockchain, cryptocurrency first, and now all this other stuff is starting to come around. But a matter of fact, we know with our relationship with Otherverse, the metaverse was actually built prior to blockchain, right? So it was metaverse, then blockchain came along. The problem is metaverse was not able to reach its full potential because the technology wasn't there, and it needed blockchain in order for it to reach its full potential. And of course, things like NFTs and all this. So I think the beautiful thing about where we're at right now, even though we're in a bear market, guys, and it is over a year now, a year and 3 days. So 11.5. Anybody else keep in your mind, like, you can't forget 11.5 of last year, right? We were humming along. 11.4, it was like, come on, baby, it's going to break 3 trillion. We're rolling, man. We're just kicking butt, right? On 11.4. And then somehow, I don't know how it happened, 11.5 came along, right? 11.5 came along, and it was, right? 2/3 of the value. Actually, at one point, it was down even more. It went down to about 580, 590, 600 million. So it was 1/5 of where it was at when it was nearly at $3 trillion, the total market cap. And when you think about market cap right now, I think it's at 9 something right now after today, or 8 something, actually, I think, after today, right? It was a little over $1 trillion yesterday, the total market cap. But you got to remember, thousands of more projects have launched. So even though the market cap is 1/3 of what it was at yesterday, was 1/3 of where the top was, it was more companies that represented that third. So overall, the companies that existed at the time took up are smaller as than they were at that point in time. So a lot of things are going moving forward. Today, of course, is election day in the United States. We'll see how that affects the market over the next few days. The holidays are coming. So lots of things happening. But I think we have to get out of our minds that the bear market is going to end. I think we need to look and say, okay, what happens if the bear market doesn't end for another year? What happens if, so there's good and there's bad to that, right? The bad is that, the attention on the space is low. Your TruBadger tokens, your BNB, everything's going to stay down right now, right? But what's the good? The good is that it will give us time to accumulate and get more Bitcoin. How many people here did not, before Bitcoin went to 60,000, didn't own any Bitcoin? Put in a 2 if you didn't own any Bitcoin when it went to $60,000. So okay, there was a few people, right? Now, when it was at 60, you're like, oh my God, I wish I would have got in at 3,200 or 18,000 or 20,000. Well, that's where it's at now, right? It's down in that range. Matter of fact, this morning it went to 17. Now, some people I've seen have predicted that Bitcoin will go down to 6,000. Well, does that mean wait till it goes to 6,000 to buy some? No, there's a thing, guys, called cost averaging. And I believe the saying is even God can't beat cost averaging. I don't want to try to be sacrilegious. It's just a term that cost averaging is the best way to buy anything. As long as you believe in the asset, the company, the whatever it is, cost averaging is the best way to do it. That means to accumulate and buy at different price points, different times. So you may say, hey, I got $10,000 to put into the market, right? Into buying, and you want to buy Bitcoin, let's say. Well, what do? You buy 1,000 today, whatever the price is. And then a week down the road or 5-6 days down the road, if it's gone up a little bit, maybe you buy again. But if it's gone down again, you buy in again. And each time you're averaging out. So you end up at the end of putting in 10 times $1,000, you end up with an average price that you paid. Some you bought it more, some you bought it less. And then over time, of course, it continues to grow and move forward from there. Kathleen was smart. She bought Matic at 40 cents, right? And look, today it didn't take the hit, right? It went up to $1.19. I think it's still at $1.14, $1.09, something like that. What a great buy. That's a 2.5 times markup, right? That's a pretty good return on buying Matic at 40 cents, right? And these opportunities are still going to be there, guys, for us to get involved. The idea is to do your due diligence, do the work that you need to do, and figure out what are the companies that you believe are going to be here in 5 or 10 years. Those are the companies that you want to own. Those are the companies that you want to get their crypto and hold on to it, for a while. It's tough. I got to tell you, I don't like trading. I'm not Doug loves it, right? I mean, he eats it up. Our business partner, Doug, he loves it. I hate it. I hate trading. It's so stressful. And it's like, oh my goodness. Oh, I sold it at 119. Oh, it went to 141. Crap, right? Oh, now it's back down to 80 cents. Well, I guess good thing, right? So I'm not a person who loves to trade. I like to find projects that I love and do it. And that's why with NSI, fingers crossed, in the next few weeks, we'll have that project rolled out the rest of the way. I like to have a bot do my trading for me, right? Because then I don't have to worry about it. If the bot doesn't make me money, I can shoot the bot and kill it. And if the bot makes me lots of money, I can give it a hug, right? And move it forward from there. So that's I'm just waiting. When that's done, then Digi will do my DeFi trading for me, or Digi will do my centralized trading, right, on a Binance or one of the exchanges, and NSI is what will do my decentralized trading. In the meantime, I'm about building projects, building companies, finding partnerships. Last week we were on and somebody said, other than the partnerships we're doing, what are we doing? Guys, these partnerships are what we're doing, right? This is how we build value. We end up with tokens in Otherverse. We end up with tokens in Muon. We end up with ownership and tokens and things like Stardom Chance. We end up with ownerships and tokens in BA, right? Blockchain Alliance. These are the partnerships that we're putting together where we're continually acquiring assets that then will be utilized in order to then create more software, build more technology. So for like Otherverse, we built an IDO platform, right? That is absolutely stellar and out of this world. Well, what will happen is when the next bull market comes, we'll use that IDO software then to go out and sell to thousands of projects that want to take their tokens to the marketplace, right? That's an asset that we built while we were earning tokens in Otherverse and moving that forward. We're now able to build the software asset that we've done. We built a referral software program that now we're using on our third project, right? That we're doing. And we'll end up using it on, who knows, 20, 30, 40 projects, right? Because it's phenomenal software that we're able to use over and over and over again. And that gets people like Blockchain Alliance that comes to us and say, hey, we need a solution. You guys have that solution. You know, here's what we want to do. And that will go for Catapult, for Safufied, guys, NSI, community NFT projects. All of these, we're building technology. So for what we're doing for Blockchain Alliance, we're utilizing our referral software, but we're also using Catapult Swap as a mechanism to collect crypto payments. So we're using the software that we've built. It's not just sitting there. It's like, oh, we built it, forget about it. We're using it on a weekly, monthly basis to be able to execute for these projects and build cash flow, build digital assets, build all of this stuff that's available there. You know, like, I don't know if everybody knows, but Community NFT Project and TruBadger and Crypto Gods all own a block of Stardom Chance NFTs, right? So those are owned by the projects. Okay. So maybe you have TruBadger tokens and you're like, oh, I missed getting my Stardom NFT. Well, no, you didn't. You have essentially the project has those NFTs and you're part of that project. So if they ever skyrocket in value and we say, oh my God, they're $200,000 a piece and TruBadger has 20 of them, we can then take those 20 and go turn that into $4 million, right? Which then TruBadger can utilize to build technology and software or get involved in other projects and then keep growing that and moving that stuff forward. So that's the idea of what we're doing. You know, the whole idea is that it's impossible to get involved in every project that is there. I'm going to go look real quick. I want to see on Coinbase how many tokens they have listed on there. And we can kind of, and it will assume that 75% of them are just crap. So we really only would have to pay attention to 25% of everything right now on Coin Market Cap. But there's 21,697 projects listed on Coin Market Cap. 21,697. So let's even go 10% of those, okay? Let's say 10% are legitimate. That's still 2,160 plus projects that you would have to track, figure out, find, and go from there. It's a full-time job. 200 projects would be a full-time job, never mind 2,000. And that's the reason for us building the Nexus ecosystem. It's what it's about. The Nexus ecosystem is not it's not a funeral of your rich uncle, right? Or rich whatever, where you're like, oh crap, we're going to get the inheritance, right? We're going to be instantly rich, right? It's not the lottery where you buy a ticket and you're like, oh wow, I hit the right numbers, right? I'm a gazillionaire right now, right? It's about building long-term. We believe in blockchain. We believe in cryptocurrency. We believe in NFTs. We believe in the metaverse. We believe in this concept of Web 3.0, that everything's going to change. We didn't want to miss it ourselves. Corey, did you want to miss it? Jan, did you want to miss it?
No way.
Absolutely not.
And guess what? All three of us were alive in 2000 when the internet boom took place. Did we miss that? I missed it. Did you miss it, Corey?
Yep.
Did you miss it, Jan? Yes.
Yep.
I sure did.
And we don't want to miss this one. So do me a favor. If you're on here, put in a 1 if you don't want to miss this Web 3.0. That's going to be, by the way, much bigger than the initial web is. I mean, if you really think about it, how does the web, I don't know if there's any part of my life right now where the web does not affect my life, right? Appointments, presentations, ordering food, directions, all of this now, right? Ordering products, searching for information. I mean, if I want to find the best deal on anything, where am I going? I'm going to Google, right? To start searching. If I want to review a product and know more about it, if I want to know more about you, okay? So I'm like, Steve, is Steve a real person? What's Steve doing? Where am I going? I'm going to the internet. I'm going to look it up on Google. I'm going to go look at his Facebook page. I'm going to look at I'm going to stalk him right online and see if Steve's a real person, or is he somebody who I should watch out for, right? So everything we do is the web, okay? But there's Web 3 coming, and I'm going to tell you guys this. So just like prior to the web, there were people that were leaders in their industry, leaders, the top people there. Web came along, and the people that were top there, it's not like the biggest bookseller online is Barnes & Noble, okay? Barnes & Noble was the biggest bookseller prior to the internet. But they sat on their hands and said, oh, we're not going to do that. Walmart was the largest retailer in the world, and as far as go-in-store retailer. But this little guy in Washington who started a book company named after a river. Okay, I want to ask you guys a question. If you were going to name a book company, like Books A Million, right? Books Galore, Barnes & Noble, those are all probably make sense for a book company. How the hell does Amazon make sense for a book company, right? We're going to sell books online and we're going to call it Amazon. Be like, that's a river somewhere. That's not a bookseller, right? But this guy had a concept and an idea, and today they control online selling. Guys, Walmart had stores in every city, every state. They should have been right now. If they would have done what they did before, where pickups and deliveries, and my son worked at Target before, and they have a whole section now of employees, actually as many employees that work in the whole store, work in the place that go pick all the things for their online selling. These guys already had an advantage, and they gave up that advantage. Why am I talking about this? Because the same thing is going to happen in Web 3.0. The web is going to change. And a lot of the big players in the web today, in 5 years, will not be the big players. There will be new big players that will say, here I am. And guess what? It will be one individual person or a small group of people, and they're going to come up with an idea. And here's the difference. In order to be involved in Amazon, the first raise he did was for $1 million, 20 people at $50,000 each. You had to, first of all, find out about Amazon. It was very, obscure and hidden. And you had to know, so you had to know somebody that knew Jeff Bezos, and you had to have $50,000 to participate. How many people on here does that eliminate? If it eliminates, you put a 0 in the chat, right? That you have an extra, and not that you're not worth 50 grand, guys, because in order to invest 50 grand in a company that could take 8 to 10 years to get your money back, you need to have multiple millions of dollars, right? Because you're going to take if you're worth $1 million, you're taking 5% of your, 5% of your entire wealth, and you're going to tie it up in one company, right? That's scary to do for something that is obscure. This is the beauty. This is what I love about this space. For $20, $5, $10, I can own a piece of any crypto company out there that has a token on the marketplace, right? They've gone now where there's fractional ownerships of stocks, but not that long ago, there was no fractional. You couldn't buy, you had to buy a whole share of Amazon or nothing, right? They've changed that now where there's things like Robinhood and stuff where you can buy a piece of a stock, but not that long ago, you had to buy the whole share, right? So you had to have enough money to buy at least one share in order to do it and make that happen. The world is changing. The reason our belief system is that what changes the world is what? People. What makes up a community? People. Why is community commerce? Because if people move the world and the world is commerce, then people coming together in a community can help shape, guide, and take advantage of those shifts if they come together for a common purpose. It's why it's so important, and I'm finally getting to the point. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Corey's like, shut up already. You've been already go over this too much, right? He wants to go eat. He's hungry. He needs to eat something. But the key here, guys, is this is why it is so important for us to build community. Even though crypto, look, Nexus is not about cryptocurrency. It doesn't matter whether the market's going up or down. We're a community of people that have come together for a common purpose. That common purpose is to help guide, learn, be educated, and finding projects that are worth putting our effort and time and energy involved and be behind them. That's the key of it. And so nobody needs to even get any of our tokens, to be part of the Nexus ecosystem. It's just people that want to get involved in Web 3.0, people that would like to get early access to another verse or to a Stardom Chance or to a Muon network, right? These are opportunities that we're working with and putting together. And we've got lots of other partnerships, lots of other things that we're talking to and being a part of it. And that's what the community side of things are about. So it's super, super important to get people plugged in. We have our onboarding system. It's only open a small amount of hours. I'll be honest with you, it's open a lot less hours because nobody was using it, right? We had very few people coming to it. So we scaled back the hours for that to get that done. But as soon as we have a growing community and we're able to, we'd love to open that back up to more hours, because our side of it is onboarding. I just read an article that talked about why it is so important. If you love people and you want to see a bright future, it is extremely important for us as individuals to get more people involved in, they were talking about Bitcoin. I'll say Web 3.0, cryptocurrency, blockchain, right? But the article was about us onboarding and helping as individuals, onboarding and helping people get into Bitcoin properly and right, and why it is so important for us as people that want to see a better future. Okay, every single person on here wants a better future for themselves, and they darn sure want a better future for their kids and for their grandkids. But guess what? It doesn't happen by itself. We need to take the responsibility and do something that's going to help ensure that it's a better future for us and for our grandkids and future generations. And that means decentralization. It means supporting things like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not just about the price of Bitcoin. It's about how information is stored, transferred, trusted. I mean, there's a whole other value to this than just the Bitcoin itself, just the business side of things. There's the side about our future, how things will be done, who controls what, and who has a say-so in their future. And again, it's freedom around the world. I believe that blockchain, cryptocurrency, Web 3.0 is going to create so much value in our futures, guys, that in 10, 20 years, just like today, I mean, if we were sitting here in 1997, 98, first of all, we'd be at a Kinko's doing video conferencing, right? Or we'd have to get together because we damn sure wouldn't be online streaming video conferencing, right? It was too slow. There was dial up. It'd be like this. I'd say, hi, right? It'd take like 8 minutes for you to hear me say hi in 1997. Here we are, 2022. In 20 years, 2042. Wait and see where Web 3.0, wait and see how blockchain, some of us are like, I don't understand it. I don't know it. Oh, you'll know it in 2042, because it will be every part of your life. I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't know about no TTPSs or packet things or I don't know anything about the internet. If you ask me right now how the internet functions, I don't know, and I don't give a crap, right? All I know is I get to use it every single day, and it creates a tremendous amount of value in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I work with the most amazing people every single day. One's in California, one's in Virginia, one's in Canada, maybe one's in Mississippi somewhere, right? No, just Dawn's not listening, so I could say that, right? She's not on here, but I could. She's definitely in Mississippi, right? I get to work with the most amazing, and not just work with them like I call them on the top. I get to see them. We get to interact with each other on a daily basis because of the internet. The value that it's created in my life is tremendous. Me and my wife hardly ever go to the store, right? How many people hate going to the store? I always hated it. It's like a waste. I got to find a parking space. Some Nimrod's going to leave a cart in the middle of the thing because they can't push it to the cart return thing.
Sorry,
so
Peter.
Get out and move the cart, right? I'm going to push my cart to the store, right? I'm going to get in the store, and it's a hassle. It's a headache. It's just a pain in the, you know what? I don't have to do that as much anymore because of the internet, because it exists. Guys, Web 3.0 is going to even enhance that in ways that we can't even imagine at this point, right? So, there were a lot of people who in 1996 were travel agents, and they were like the happening, right? They were king of the world, right? And then this thing, the internet came, and all of a sudden they were like, holy crap. People are going on this thing called Priceline and naming their own price. That's insanity, right? So anyway, guys, we're here. We're continuing to move forward. We've got some great stuff going on. We're not going to share it with you guys right now. We're going to wait for things to solidify, and then we'll bring stuff to you guys. In the past, we've talked about things that we thought were going to happen or come together. I think we shared them too early with people. We're not doing that anymore. So as we have solid stuff that is done and in place, then we'll share it with everybody to move things forward. But remember, every one of us has a part in this. We're all part of the Nexus community members. We're all community members. I'm a community member. Corey's a community member. Sometimes we let Jan be a community member. It depends on how his behavior is for that day. But it is most days. It's just there's just a few we worry about there.
It's all by design.
All by design. Exactly. But as a community member is to look, you don't have to go share it with 90 people a day, but when you have the opportunity, have the chance, share Nexus, talk to your friends and family about Nexus, get it out there, like, comment. Oh my goodness. I saw a post the other day and I'm like, this can't be one of our posts. It only has like eight things on it, right? I'm like, there's no way our community is only, but again, I know life gets in the way, guys. I know that everyone here wants to do as much as they can to make this happen. But then, you get a new kitty cat and it just gets in your way. You got to take care of it and it just distracts you and all that stuff, right? Or, maybe somebody needs your help to move, or maybe you're moving, or maybe you get sick, or, maybe who knows what happens in life, right? And it gets in the way and you get distracted and you forget to do it. It's not even that you don't want to do it. It's just you forget to do it. We just need to keep in mind, we can't forget this because we do it every single day, 7 days a week. There's nothing else on my mind except for how do we get Nexus Ecosystem in a position for the next bull market? How do we find the right partners? How do we move things forward in order for us to accelerate the value that we're going to build over the long term? But the one big thing I'm going to say, and then I'm going to ask if there's any updates that anybody give. Guys, Dawn is not able to be here, I think, right now, and she was going to get the updates on, because I said last week that we'd update on the NFTs from the Vegas event. We'll have to do that next week, because I forgot to ask her when I talked to her earlier today about the update, so I didn't get the information. So we were going to update on that, but we will do that next week on the 7 o'clock in the evening when we'll make sure we have Dawn here, and we'll have that update available for everybody. I did not forget the update. I just didn't get it from her today. I didn't realize that she wasn't going to be here, but she hasn't been feeling well, and she went to the doctor today and stuff like that. So again, pray for Dawn because I need her. We all need her, and we need her to get better. And she's a fantastic person, so she needs to get better for just that respect alone there. Let's see. What else do we have, guys? Anything else we have here?
Well, I liked Patrick's comment on YouTube. He's saying comparing Nexus to a bicycle, with Nexus being the front hub of the wheel, the Nexus community, the people wheel, and the back wheel is the technology. Yeah, guys, we have to work together. We can't. We can create all the greatest software and technology, and guys, and we have a whole, so our stack, right? Our technology stack is deep, guys, at this point. We've got a lot of technology that we built, but that's only good if the community is growing and building and helping us get to where we need to go. We can't put in 18 hours a day building technology and business partnerships and relationships and then go, oh, wait, I got 6 hours left. Let me go share with people and help grow the community for 3 of those hours, and then I'll sleep for 3, right? So I've got to eat, and, I got a family and all that stuff. So I got to take some time for that, right? So the most I can put in that 16, 18 hours a day, right? 7 days a week. So, we need you guys to help us grow the community and keep it going. We're making progress every single day. There's nothing, none of our projects are asleep or DOA at this point, right? Dead on arrival. Every project that we have is making some form of progress on a weekly basis towards moving towards becoming a cash flow positive business, entity that can sustain itself for the long run, even through this bear market. A year and 3 days right now. A year and 3 day bear market already. And guess what? We may have another year left on it, but I'm okay with it being another year left on it, because the deals and the stuff we're putting together right now, in a year, we would accumulate so many digital assets that when the bull market comes, oh my goodness, it'll be amazing. Corey will be calling me every day, screaming on the phone. Oh my God. Another million.
Every day. All right. Any questions? This was it is an AMA, right? Any questions, guys?
Nobody's
what
put
socials
anything
are we on? That is a good question. What socials? So we're Discord, Twitter, Facebook. Our main real focus right now, guys, is Twitter, Discord. Those are the main ones. We're on Telegram. We don't do a lot of stuff on Telegram because too many people got cheated on Telegram. So we've really backed away from utilizing Telegram in a big way because there was just too many people, too many bad people that use Telegram for nefarious purposes. So I would say Facebook, Twitter, and Discord are the big ones that we're engaged with and doing stuff with. Corey, you got anything, buddy?
Well, I tell you what, just exciting. A lot of things that we're not talking about yet, and some events that have unfolded over the last few days. Is just it's just a great blessing to be a part of the Nexus ecosystem, and it's been quite a journey so far. And I think a lot of lessons have been learned by people new to the space and new to Nexus ecosystem, and even those that have been in the blockchain or crypto space for years. It's just it's enlightening to see what's going on in the world and in this market right now. And when I'm seeing all these things unfold and what we've built here, the foundation we built here, there's going to be a lot of things that go away, and then there's going to be a few that are still standing. And I know we say it all the time, and the partnerships that we've formed and the software Peter talked about and everything that we've built to this point is contributing to our success in the bear market. And it's, I think it's human nature that people kind of go away or disappear for a little bit or take a break, or they even sell out. And it's hard for people to see in front of themselves further than their nose. And when you see, once this whole bull market comes back and everything turns around again, a lot of lessons again will be learned. But the biggest thing, the greatest thing, is that the Nexus ecosystem has built these partnerships, formed these relationships, kept growing behind the scenes, and that's where we're at right now. And it's going to be exciting to see what Stardom's going to be doing in the very near future. And then Peter mentioned a couple of different companies that we're formed alliances with, and just exciting, man. Exciting for our future, and excited for not only what the world will shift into, but the world shifting into the blockchain space with our partnerships and Otherverse and MMAC and Stardom, and the list goes on and on and on and on. So yeah, has it been easy? Heck no. But will it be worth it? Heck yes. Always will be worth it. You just have to stick it out and be tougher than the situation. And so that's us, and that's what we do. And yeah.
And a quick update on Star Babies. Our first film is fully funded, guys. I just want you guys to know the film 100% fully funded. Money is in the escrow account. Okay. So absolutely the first film will be produced, and those rewards will go to the Stardom holders, right? So there will be a film, there will be people in the film, there'll be a shadow director, there'll be all that stuff. Tonight, and actually one is going on right now, there's a presentation to, and we don't know the exact numbers yet. We know that there's a crowd at the first one that's already taken place. There's a second meeting taking place right now. The reason for two meetings was in order because there were too many people that wanted to come to fit in one meeting. So they split it into two. And these are people that are there to look at funding film 2 and 3. So the likelihood of 2 being funded in the next week or so is 1 is already done, a second one being funded highly likely, and possibly a third one. I want you guys to think about the NFTs that you hold already, or if you don't, they're still available. If you know somebody who wants to be in the film industry, 3 films being made. That's 3 films that will have NFT holders in the film with speaking roles. That's 3 shadow directors. That's 3 more than 3 people that are going to get to meet the stars. That's people on the sets. That's digital content. Every single NFT holder will get a digital copy of the film. So that's 3 films already that they're going to get a digital copy of ownership of. There's all kinds of other things with it. And also the revenue that will be to Stardom Chance itself will go to produce a 4th film and a 5th, and so on and so on. This is monumental, guys. Okay, there's been a lot of people, or not a lot, there's been several projects that have set up to do, using NFTs because, right, what's his name? Gary Vaynerchuk talked about NFTs revolutionizing the film industry. But I want you guys to know that we're in the lead because the production of our film and the NFTs that are going to go with the rewards that go with it, we just surpassed, I believe, every single other person in the film industry on what's going on in the NFT space. We're becoming leaders in that space. And anytime you start to lead, there's opportunity, there's prosperity, there's all the great stuff that can happen when you get that chance to be in the lead. And we just took that lead by having a fully funded film ready to go. So yeah, it's crazy. There's lots of great stuff. And there's a lot of other things that we're putting together and doing. We're going to continue to push forward and continue to move Nexus Ecosystem to becoming the absolute best community in all of crypto, and continue to move forward. Jan, you got anything, buddy?
I am just excited to be involved in the crypto space at this particular time in history because it is another bite at the apple, as they say. And I've learned one lesson, and I'm continuing to learn it, which is that there's always another wave, another opportunity, but it's being ready for those opportunities that matters for your future. And I feel like I've been preparing my whole life to be ready for this opportunity. So here we are. This is us. This is the community. We're going all the way, all of us together. So let's do it.
Awesome. Awesome. And real quick, Mixed Martial Arts, guys. A lot of us traded in some NFTs for Celestials, and we got our Celestials. Right now, they have a way too where also you can take your regular NFT. There's a cost to it, but you can bring it into a 3D model. So you can, it's an upgrade. And then there's also pets. So if you want to check that out, you can go to Mixed Martial Arts social media site and you can say, hey, what can I do with the NFTs that I have right now? And you can look and see if that's an opportunity for you to participate in. Definitely upgrading one or two of my Martians. And I'm going to get myself a pet because everybody's got to have a pet, right? We're pet people, right? We got 2 dogs. So we love pets. So, you know, you gotta have happy Martians. Happy Martians have pets, right? That's why Corey's so happy. He has a pet. Lots of pets. I don't know how many pets you have, Corey.
I don't even know at this point. I got to count them.
So many pets.
Lots.
He's just amazing. He's an amazing pet person. And again, his Martian will have a pet too, because every Martian needs a pet. All right. So check that out, guys. You can go to Mixed Martial Arts social media. You can see him in Discord. You should belong to the Discord anyway if you're a Mixed Martial Arts holder. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're like, what is Mixed Martial Arts? Here's your opportunity to participate. I know they have a few in the treasury that you can get that they're allowing for people that don't have them to be able to upgrade, and also you can acquire a pet there. So other than that, guys, have a great day. If you're in the US, go vote. Go vote, 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 vote. If you don't vote, don't complain about where things are at ever, no matter what, because you don't have the right to complain if you don't vote. All right. I voted. My sticker's somewhere around here. I don't know where I put it, but I had my sticker, went and voted, stood in line. First time in a midterm that I actually had to stand in a line. It's about an hour and a half, almost 2-hour line in order to vote. So, all right, guys, I know Jan voted already, and I believe Corey's going here shortly, right, Corey? He's out the door. He's got to go. That's why we got to end this AMA, because Corey's got to go vote. Love you guys.